So today's video we're gonna be about acceptance and validation. Ooh.
But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. It's called self-love.
Hey, we back with another video, you heard? Gang. You know what I'm saying? So today's video is gonna be about acceptance and validation. This is a good one. Acceptance and validation, you heard? Well, I might have to turn my hat backwards for this one. It's about to get tricky on this one. Acceptance and validation, right? So what does that mean? Right? And the reason why this video came about, I seen this quote. It's kind of deep. Let me read it to you. It says, "You are the love you seek. Do not betray yourself for the love of others." You are the love you seek. Do not betray yourself for the love of others. Again, you are the love you seek. Do not betray yourself for the love of others. What does betraying ourselves look like? Right? Putting ourselves in situations where we're uncomfortable, doing things for people just to get a reaction, just for them to recognize us, right? Just for them to compliment us, right? Going out our way to do things that we probably wouldn't initially have done unless someone is there, unless someone is watching us, because we want them to feel good about us. We want them to see us in a specific light. We want them to perceive us a specific way, right? So we do particular things just to get a reaction or response from people, right? This is what doing things for validation looks like, right? Why do people do things for validation? Well, the therapist in me, right, that wants to truly explain this in depth would immediately go towards childhood, right? I believe strongly that our childhood strongly shapes who we are, how we think, and how we treat people as adults, right? Although it may seem like it was so long ago and so disconnected from who we are as adults, I believe that's false. I believe everything is connected. I believe everything is intertwined. I believe that what we experience and what we endure and go through as a child directly connects and correlates to who we are as an adult and how we treat people, how we conduct ourselves, right? So I believe that a lot of times people who chase and seek validation a lot are people who haven't received the proper love and acknowledgement from their parents. You know what I'm saying? So, for young girls, I believe it matters more from the father. This is my personal perspective. And for young boys, I believe it matters from the mother. Right? I just believe that we naturally draw towards the opposite sex within, obviously, dating, right? And we naturally draw towards the opposite sex also with parenting. This is my personal perspective. I just feel like, a daddy's girl is so much, and then a mama's boy is so much. You know what I'm saying? Like having that love from your mother as a young boy, it feels so good. It's nothing like it, and it teach you how to respect and love women properly. And then same thing on the other side, as a young girl, getting that acknowledgement from your father as a young girl is everything. It teach you identity. It teach you who you are. It teach you how to love yourself. It teach you how to appreciate yourself. It teach you how to demand respect from men. It teach you how to treat men. It teach you how to learn to listen from a man, how to lead, how to be led, how to compromise, how to sacrifice, how to work together, how to comfort, how to support. It teaches you so much, like even from dating females who didn't have their father to dating females who have had their father. It's like night and day. It's a complete difference, and I love all people. I wouldn't not talk to a female just because she didn't have a father. But when I find out, if I meet a girl and I find out that her father was in her life, first of all, before she even tell me, I can already tell. Like, just with the experience I have from my past and from today's date, with all the wisdom and knowledge I've gained, I can already tell just from holding a conversation with a young woman for at least like 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I can already decipher certain things, and my discernment will already indicate to me that she probably, grew up in this type of home or that type of home. Obviously, you never truly know until someone tells you, until someone explains, but usually when a female tells me that she grew up with her dad or her dad was in her life, I can already tell certain things that give it off to me just from how she carried herself, how she dressed, how she talked, what she explained to me that she do, what she involved with, certain things that she would say and how she would respond to certain things I say, and her body language. It's very telling. It's a lot of different things that can indicate it. You know what I'm saying? But back to the meat and potatoes. This is my pop say. Back to the meat and potatoes. Back to the main course, right? Acceptance of validation. Like, what is this and why is it important, right? Why is this a significant topic, right? So, you know, wanting to be accepted, wanting to fit in, wanting to be perceived in a good way by people we respect, right? This is acceptance. When we want to fit in with people, when we want people to value what we bring to the table, value our presence, value our intellect, value what we know, value what we stand for, value what we say, value how we dress, value how we talk, value who we value, right? We want to be accepted, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I got a friend, right, and I bring my friend to my mom, and I had a real situation like this, right? My man Dorian Garbutt, shout out Dorian, you know what I'm saying? My man Dorian came from Belize, and like, my mom would always look at him and like, and question him. Honestly, I didn't understand why, because he was a good person, you know what I'm saying? I think, honestly, like, my mom thought he might have been less masculine for what a man's supposed to be and for what a boy's supposed to be. So I think she might have thought he was gay or something. I don't know. This is what I'm thinking now to this day. Like, how come she ain't never like accept my man Dorian properly? But like, I used to bring my man Dorian around. He was super thorough, super cool. He was just quiet. And he was just like, he was like one of them heavy fashion boys that, you know what I'm saying, like, that wear different type of styles and different type of clothes. And I think it might have been unfamiliar to my mom. I'm just unfamiliar in general to my mom, and she might have like questioned it or prejudged it, and she just didn't accept him probably because of it. This bothered me a lot as a child, having my mom not accept one of my friends. Why does it matter? It really doesn't matter for her. If you really think about it, acceptance, it really is nothing. We place the value in acceptance. We give people that value. Hey, appreciate this person that I appreciate, and if you do, I'll appreciate you for it. But if you don't, I'll be frustrated with you for it. So please just make it easy for me and just like this person that I like, regardless how you feel about them intuitively or your discernment. Just accept them. Just take them in, right? That's basically what acceptance is. We want people to accept what we accept. We want people to accept what we accept what we like. We want people to agree with us, right? If I like this particular president and I want to vote for this president, we want people to agree with us. That's how we are naturally. We just want people to like what we like, to view what we view, but it's not always that way. We won't always have things fall in alignment with what we like and what we do. Everybody thinks differently. Everybody has opinions, right? And the thing is, acceptance and validation can get real hectic. It can get crazy. I'm telling you, it can get wicked, man, because sometimes you will catch yourself going out your way and start doing different things just to get people to look at you in a certain way, just to get people to respect you, right? You will disrespect yourself just to get people to respect you. What does disrespecting yourself look like? It doesn't mean like doing something wild, crazy necessarily. It may just be something as simple as going against your morals. You may be like, for example, I'll give you an example with something I did personally, right? I stopped smoking weed. It's now May. I haven't smoked in months. And I stopped smoking weed in October. I stopped smoking the last day of August 31st, right? And I had met this girl. I knew her for like 2 years. Up to this point, but like we had fell out and we had got back in contact with each other, right? She a dancer, she a stripper, super curvy, super voluptuous, right? I started thinking with my lustful eye, right? And I went to go link with her because we reconnected. And although I ain't smoked since August 31st, mind you, I believe it's like October 4th at around this time, I end up breaking a promise I made to myself that I don't want to smoke until I at least have 100 bands in my account, right? Because it made me lethargic. I'm not seeing things the way I usually see it. I catch myself feeling more lustful, more horny, and I'm falling victim to my flesh rather than my spirit. So I just felt like I'm gonna give it a break for a little bit, right? So here I am, ready to fall victim to my flesh again, and I caught myself smoking with this young lady because I want the vibes to be right, and I'm looking forward to sleeping with her, right? This is my mindset, right, at the time. I'm linking with a young woman, and I don't have any real connection with her, but I'm disconnecting from a promise I made to myself, right? Ethically, morally, and spiritually. And I'm going against that to smoke with her so that I can please my physical urges, right? Just to end up not having sex with her, which is crazy, right? But that was my decision, honestly, because I didn't feel right spiritually at the time. But just look at what I was willing to do just to partake in this activity, right? I'm willing to break a promise I made to myself and start smoking again just to enhance the moment. If I gotta do that just to enjoy this moment, I don't need it, right? And if I gotta break a promise I made myself and betray myself just to please this person, that's probably not the person for me, right? And just for me to find out later that this person was tore apart and broken spiritually, like this is not somebody, as a man who has a light within him, should be one to entertain. This is not a woman that you should want to sleep with. It's crazy. All glitter is not gold. And this girl is so curvy, so fine. I'm telling you, you see her, you're like, oh my goodness. She looks so good. But she is not right within. She has a lot of forgiveness to do, a lot of turmoil that she's been through, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt. And that stuff lingered with her, and she carried around. So even if you disagree with her with something small, she'll explode so fast because there's so many other layers of her pain and hurt that haven't been acknowledged that she ended up projecting that onto the next person. And I've been through that, unfortunately, days after the time I linked with her, which indicated to me that I was right for not sleeping with her and that I need to be careful. But look how I betrayed myself with not smoking. Thank God I was able to get right back to not smoking again, and I haven't smoked since then, by the grace of God. You know what I'm saying? And it was a blessing that I was able to see my fault, see my wrongdoing, and gain insight on how important it is to be careful who you entertain, be careful on what you do, be careful on who you keep around you, and what you insert yourself into. Because me trying to involve myself in a situation just to sleep around and have fun and feed my flesh, it hurt me spiritually. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful when it comes to acceptance and validation. You will catch yourself being in certain situations where you'll be doing things just to be appreciated by people who really don't matter for them. Who matters is you, yourself, and you, right? I was ready to say me, myself, and I. You, yourself, and you, right? And your family, your loved ones, right? But even the people you love most, like your mother, your father, their validation and acceptance may seem very important, which I do believe it is to some degree, but it's really not. It's really not. Like, the only thing that really matters is what you think of yourself and making sure you're doing right by God, right? Whoever your God is, whoever you serve, just serve him or her properly, right? And live a life of love, live a life of purpose, live a life of understanding, live through forgiveness, live through pain and suffering and turn that into power, right? And live for something substantial, live abundantly. But you don't want to spend too time and catch yourself in a situation where you keep giving your power away to acceptance and validation, wanting to be appreciated by people who really don't matter, wanting to be valued by people who don't have any true value. Think about that. Acceptance and validations is basically wanting to be valued by people who don't really have any true value. It's crazy, So when it comes down to acceptance and validation, it can get wicked, man, because basically with that, it's basically like you hoping to be valued by people who may not hold any true value. Because let's say you in school and you trying to fit in with this specific crowd, or you want to be liked by these specific or particular set of people, right? These people may look up to you the whole time, but you look up to them, right? Because you may not see your uniqueness, right? You may just want to fit in with them because they're popular, but you may be the person that stand out on your own. You may be the person who has a unique name, unique personality, unique style, unique way of dressing, unique way of approaching situations and of thinking and handling things, right? So these people may look up to you and respect you. The whole time you may respect them for a different reason, right? You like how people know who they are already and how they have status. And they may like how you stand up by yourself and you don't need anything exterior just to make you great or just to make you special or unique, right? So they may envy how you are naturally, and you may admire how people are drawn near to them. But people may be drawn more near to you, but you may not see it, all because you value their status. So you missing the value that you hold within because you're valuing the wrong thing. All you truly need is yourself in this world. All you truly need is you, and you validate you. You place the value on you. Nobody else can place a price or place a value on you but you. Right? So you must understand your worth and understand who you are. As long as you accept yourself in your heart and understand who you are, nobody else can validate you or can accept or reject you, right? Because you already identify who you are. And once you come together with your own identity and understand your place and your purpose in life, nobody else can try to pinpoint if you belong or if you dismiss from this particular group or area and so forth. Man, I'm telling you, it can get real tricky in life, and a lot of people do a lot of things for attention and for acceptance, especially children who grow up not receiving the love from their parents properly. It can be tough, man. Like, you know, just wanting your mom to recognize you or wanting your dad to recognize you and to acknowledge you properly and to tell you that they're proud of you or tell you that you're good at something. You know, you can go your whole life just chasing it from everybody else just because you didn't get it from the ones at home who you revere up to the most. You know what I'm saying? You look up to the most. So it's challenging. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to encourage anybody who may be going through different trials and tribulations when it comes to acceptance and validation. Just know that you're the one. Know that you're special. Know that you might be stronger than your parents. You might be greater than your parents. Your parents might have a hard time acknowledging you how you really want them to, because they might envy you. They might admire your identity and admire your skill set, admire your personality, admire your growth, admire your ability to self-reflect and acknowledge who you are, your wrongdoings, and so forth. You know, and our parents be stuck in their ways a lot of times. They done lived their life for so long and made so many mistakes. They don't know where to begin when it comes to apologizing and where to regroup. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes they just bottle that in, and then they project that frustration outwardly. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, one thing I learned is the way people treat others is a reflection of how they treat themselves. The way we talk to others is a reflection of the way we talk to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So you must be gentle with yourself. You must be kind. Try to be loving. Try to be understanding. Try to be forgiving. And you'll be that outwardly if you treat yourself that way privately. You know what I'm saying? And so just make sure you're taking care of yourself, you know? And make sure you're not doing anything to betray yourself and to seek validation in a way that will harm you or a way you will regret later. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful and be mindful of who you entertain and what you get involved with. And just know that God is love and you are love. You know what I'm saying? And you are of God. If you accept God into your heart, God will resonate within you and on you at all times, and you will spread nothing but love. I'm telling you. So just be mindful of that and accept yourself. Choose you. Okay?
But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. It's called self-love.